Okay guys, today I'm going to show you how to do disassemble this gun and the Tiberius T4.1, and also to do some tiny maintenance job. So as you can see, we got some silicone grease. This is actually for the hand pump, so it's very nice. Gun oil, marker oil, whatever you need. Okay, and you will need a special tool. This special tool, I got it from Tiberius. Not sure why they don't include it. It's actually a threaded rod with a big handle. So you need this tool to unscrew a block right here. You may need a vice grip, you may not need a vice grip. And also don't forget your Tiberius tool kit. So you buy a service kit and you have all the stuff there. Okay, let's get started. First, we release the magazine. So very easy. Just release it like that. We don't need a magazine. So next thing is we need to remove the accessories so it's not in the way. And then of course, some stuff you don't need to really take it out because you don't need to do so, but for the video purpose I'll take out this. And then now here goes the tank. Pull this adjustment all the way and then pull this way, okay, this way, and pull it out. You'll be able to get it out like that. Very easy, right? Now we'll take away this. Right here, there's a screw. We need to take one of the tool, the Allen key, to unscrew that. Okay, just basically unscrew it like that. Very easy. Okay, this will take out the rod. There we go. Take out the rod. Okay, now the tricky part is with the tank. Sometimes you will have trouble taking out the tank because the tank is very much pressurized. Make sure that the gun is degassed, okay? This on off, pull it to the back, and now you can unscrew like this. And basically all the time the tank will not go off, so you need to unscrew this first, okay? And then prepare a vice grip and a cloth, okay? What we want to do here is set the vice grip to wider so that it will grip onto this spot here, okay? So set it wider, and then take a piece of cloth, wrap around it so you will not, okay, here there's a hole. Do not clamp on this hole, okay? So basically we just sort of give it a little grip surface and then put this over and grip it. So yeah, like that. Let me adjust the, you can feel the vice grip is adjusting, okay? And then what you want to do is tighten it up. Okay. Still not there yet. Take some practice, it will happen. And turn. You feel that? That is the spot where it degassed, okay? If you do not wrap it around with a piece of cloth, you will end up scratching it. So there we go. Put this aside, put this aside. Okay, before we remove the barrel, we will remove this foregrip so that it didn't get in your way. It's very easily done by just unscrewing. Basically you can have or not have this here. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So unscrew this. Take out the screw. Okay. Save this aside so you don't lose it. And slide this off. Okay, right now, there we go. This, rotate and get it up. Okay, and then release the barrel and it will come all the way out like that. Very easy. Okay, remember this, rotate and plug it up. Okay, now save the barrel aside. You don't need to worry about that. Next thing is to disassemble the gun in two halves. So to do that, the first thing you want to do is unscrew this ring, okay, so that you can move up this little plate. And as you do so, you'll remove this as well. Just unscrew it with your hand. Very, very easy. Woohoo! Like that. There we go. And then right now we want to not unscrew, sorry, we want to disassemble this part. So press it to the D for disassemble. Press this pin from the other side and you'll be able to poke it out like so using your hand. If you cannot do it, you know, take a Allen key and help you poke it out from the other side like that. Save the pin. Okay, and what you want to do right now is carefully pull the two halves open. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, now the gun is split into two parts. Okay, what you want to do is remove the regulator. To remove the regulator, you will need the Allen key, and there is two screws right here. You can see one screw here, and then where the trigger is, there's another screw. Okay, remember, do not mix up the two screws because the two screws are different. Okay, so we'll take a surface here just to save our screws. Okay, take an Allen key and there we go. It's loosening up. There we go. Okay, so one screw and the washer is out. You save it here. That is the front. Now, whoops, here is the tricky part. Right here, you will see a O-ring, little O-ring right here, just like the T8.1 kind of thing. Remove that little O-ring with your finger and nails carefully. Ooh, okay. Do not lose this O-ring, okay? It's very important. Now, remove this latch from the trigger. Remove it, okay? And then bring this latch to the front. So now your trigger is not being not in place. Okay, what you want to do is go around the trigger right here and remove that little screws as well. It's just near where the trigger is. Okay, let me get into that screw and screw it. It's easier to do off camera because you need to have one finger holding onto that screw and then the other finger, the other hand screwing that thing out. So it takes some practice. Anyway, that's the shorter screw for the other part. Okay, right now you can remove the regulator. There we go. And everything else is very much alike with the T8.1. Okay, put this regulator aside. You can add some oil to this moving mechanism, the O-rings and so on. Basically, you can see right now it's pretty much oil, so you don't need to do anything about it. Just put it aside. Okay, make sure that you don't lose this O-ring. And then right now there is a little thingy inside here. Not sure if you can see it, but inside here there's what they call a, whoops, the spring just fell out. Anyway, so there's what they call a bottle adjustment cap. You need to use this tool to go inside the center of that cap and screw it in like so. Okay, after that you can pull. See, it's really hard to do and it's really not easy to do, so you need some brute force to help you pull this thing out. Okay, so let me just okay, it's taking a lot of force, so let me do it off camera a bit. There we go. I just did it off camera. You need to really go whoosh like that and pull it out. And this is the bottle adjustment cap. Woo! Holy shit. This is a very solid piece of metal. It's threaded in the middle. As you can see, this tool by Tiberius is helping me to get into the center and plug it out. Wow, that's a lot of work. So what you want to do now is remove that bolt and power the engine assembly. Sometimes it gets stuck here. You need to really help it by using an Allen key and turn that little thing a little bit. Unscrew. Okay. Sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. Okay. There we go. Here we unscrew the little cap, and there goes the engine. Okay, you need to unscrew the thing, okay? And there goes the engine. So basically that's it for the Disassembly. So inside here is basically empty. You can clean it with this rod. Okay, clean. That's all. And what you want to do right here is, I suggest, okay, oil the O-rings and grease the metal to metal contact part. Okay, right here, grease it. Okay, so basically what I do is I clean off the crap. Okay, I'll take a cloth, clean off the crap, and you can might as well use some very fine sandpaper to polish it if you never did before, and it actually helped, and that's pretty cool. Okay, take some little silicone grease, okay, and apply the grease right here. The grease not only help to loop, but also help you to seal better. Okay, so that's very important. And also for this part, I will might as well put a little bit of grease here. Okay, and the inside will be looped by the grease on the surface already. You can feel it right here. It's kind of sticky suction kind of thing. Okay, you can feel that little stick, and it really helped to hold the air better. Okay, right now we're done with this part. Everything else is pretty much just oil, clean, etc. Very easy. Okay, so what we want to do right now is have some gun oil. Remember, do not use WD-40. Use something better, you know, for air guns, CO2 guns. This is the Gamma oil. Okay, loop the O-rings, just 2 drops here to loop it, nothing more. And also for this little bottle cap, you want to put a tiny drop of oil right there and loop around. You don't need a lot of oil. Remember guys, do not put a lot of oil. Okay, more is not better. So now we're done, and everything is pretty much complete. So we put this back. Basically just shove it back in place. Okay, you can flip it over, take a look at this hole right here, and you want it to go in a little bit more than that. So there we go. Okay, done. So you can just see a little bit of the bolt sticking out, and right here you want to do, what you want to do is flick so that the bolt go all the way forward. And then now take the cap, put it on the Allen key, and stick it back in. Okay, you want to stick this key, the cap, back in place. Screw and tighten it up. Make sure that you tighten this cap or else it will leak. Okay, do not over tighten. If it's in place, it will do the job. Okay. Okay, right now you can see everything is in place. Okay, basically if you want to check, you can put a squeegee, put the bolt back, and that's how it looks inside. Okay, and how you know it's in place is by screwing the little cap and see if the cap is secured. If the cap cannot move anymore, that means the bolt is also in place, and that's it. Okay, so remember, first thing you want to do is flick the thing forward. Okay. That's how it should be. And okay, you don't want the little O-ring thing to go forward. So let me plug this back. Okay. We just need the bolt to go forward, not the O-ring. Okay, so skip that. There we go. Make sure that the little O-ring there is not going out, and then put this bottle cap back, whatever adjuster. Okay, and to put this back, you need to screw it in like so. Okay, and then shove it back. Basically, this goes in really easily, and then now unscrew. There we go. So after this, you want to install the regulator back. Okay, to install that, make sure that CO2 stem is forward. Okay, forward. Take this out and make sure no O-ring is missing, whatever. Snap it back in place easily. There we go. So what you want to do first thing is you want to put this lever back here and pull the trigger up. Okay, so right now let's put the screws back. The front screw, okay, front screw right here. Screw this back. Easily done. If you do not push the bolt forward first, okay, your gun will not fire. So you must push the bolt forward before installing the regulator. Okay. Tighten up this thing so that it will not leak. Okay, if it's not tight, it will leak. Now take your smaller screws. Okay, now we can get this lever out of the way first and put the screws back. Remember the little washer thing. Okay, do not miss that. And hold the trigger up while you screw this in. Okay, so we screwed in this place. Screw that screw in tight. Okay, not super tight, okay? Just tight is fine. And put this lever back. Put the O-ring back, little O-ring here. Okay, make sure that it's there. If you don't have this O-ring, the trigger will not work. Okay, there we go. So basically everything is working fine right now. And next thing we want to do is put this back. Okay, you can now put this back here and screw it back in. So basically by hand, pull this out and screw. Okay, make sure you see right here there's a groove, and the groove should match the groove on this plate as well. If you're handling the gun, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, pull this plate as high as possible so you can keep screwing it in. Okay, you can keep screwing until, okay, adjust it, the ring up, and keep screwing in. Okay, until you cannot screw anymore. Keep going. Okay. Right now we're at here. Okay, you can keep screwing until you cannot do so anymore. Back it off a little bit. Okay, put it here and screw this ring tight. Make sure the plate is in place and then screw the ring tight. With your hand, okay, tighten it up. If you have a wrench kind of tool, you can also do that. Okay, basically you just want this thing tight. Okay, now with your pin, okay, you want to push that pin back. Okay, the pin. So we can basically push it back either way. It works. Done. Okay, now this is going to work, and all we want to do right now is to put the barrel back. That's very easy. Okay, spring goes in first, remember. Slide it in. Okay, make sure that this little barrel locking device is pulled up so that you can actually work it up. Okay. And the barrel, okay, there's a groove here. Okay, the groove goes on top. There's only one place you can easily slide your barrel in. Okay, there's no more other ways, no tricky ways. Right here, the barrel locking. Okay, right here, push down right here to slide it in place, and then release. Okay, push, and now your barrel is locked in place like that. Okay, rotate, and now your barrel is locked in place. Look into here and you see that you can see the breech, so that means the barrel is in place. Okay, very good. Right now everything seems to be going very well. Without packing in all the attachment, you can check to see if the gun is actually working by screwing this in. This is the on-off. Okay, screw that in. We don't need to put the stock back yet, just to test if the gun is leaking. Okay, you need to screw the tank in. Okay, screw in the tank. A little bit of force. Okay, now push this forward. If you cannot hear any leak, it just go like that. It means the gun is gassed up. Now we can degas it. Okay, and now the gun is for sure working. So some of you will say, oh, but the thing is, after I put the tank in, this is blocking my way. Okay, it's kind of like blocking this little stick thing, the rail thing, so I cannot push it. The easy way out is screw the tank a little bit off, and now you can have your space. So screw it off a little bit, okay, and it will do the job. So basically, there we go. The T4.1 is now looped, cleaned, and you did your maintenance job. That's how you do it. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.